More or Nothing.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Maul or Nothing with Ryan and Max. And we have a lovely little surprise as well in the shape of former Scotland captain John Barclay just shacked up with Willisoni in a camper van in the middle of Scotland somewhere. How are we, boys?
He's my little surprise. He's my little surprise, not yours.
Yeah, bad boy.
We've had a lovely few days. We are currently in our beautiful little camper van. What would you call it? A motorhome.
Motorhome
From Scotland's luxury motorhomes. Big shout out to Chris. What is this, boys? I think this could be something we do with the podcast. We get in a camper and off we go, and we just tour.
Life is so simple here.
That's
So
nice,
simple.
essentially.
The biggest issue is finding toilets, really.
Yeah, we had one rule, and it was you're not allowed to. There was two rules. There was no shitting in the camper, and
farting.
no farting. We had a curry at Glen Eagles at the beginning, which then completely ruined the hotboxing thing. So yeah, this has been hotbox seriously.
Yeah.
No idea how to use the heat in the first night because you know me, Max. Mark, you didn't come to France, but remember the whole France trip, Max, where I didn't listen to how to charge the electric car?
Yeah, just figure it out.
Weirdly, on purpose, I didn't listen to any of the instructions because I thought it'd be funnier if I didn't know how to use anything when we got here. The first night, it was cold and we didn't know how to use the heating or anything. Slept on a place where it said you cannot park here.
Yeah, we slept down the beach.
Basically slept on the beach, but it's been wonderful. We played some beautiful golf courses, Dornoch, Brora, and now I'm just trying my best, and every little piece of me is trying to delay John taking us home so that we end up having to stay here again tonight.
Ryan was suggesting we go for massages. I was like, no, I need to get home now.
Oh, yeah, I'm massage right now.
Right? It's such a weird shout. Also, such a cross geography shout from Ryan. It's just anywhere this massage is.
Anything.
My back is so sore. My back is so sore. But,
all right.
boys.
Why is that? From what? From the old broke
Really
back for 3
it
days.
does feel quite broke back. We do and the weird thing is we've been like the talk of the town up here, I feel, because every golf club we've gone into, we walk in, the bloke's like, oh, how was your kit down the beach last night? So they obviously have seen us in the camper van down there. And then last night, we parked outside the pub and the Chinese restaurant. Pub here, Chinese restaurant here. It was beautiful, wasn't it? We slept on the high street.
And then we just woke up with the morning traffic just going past the school. It was lovely. It was actually quite a pleasant way to wake up.
Yeah, caravans are quite windy. They're very wholesome. Brian, you've got a lot of experience from your caravanning back in the day, no?
Oh man, yeah. I used to drive a camper van before I even had a driving license, but we won't get too deep into that. But it's been special, boys. I can only imagine how brilliant it'll be when we get an even bigger one and we all go away in it. But to have John on the show for the first time, how fitting that we're just currently lying in a bed in Dornoch Golf Club's car park.
And we're knackered.
So tired.
Bearing in mind, you've been sharing the camper van with Ryan for 48 hours at least, and we can only see half your body right now. How are you doing trim-wise, Barcs, in terms of, we can see your top lip's pretty full, but your bottom half, you solid down there?
Do you want me to go check?
Solid as a rock. Is that what you mean? No, I groomed for the trip. We used to groom together, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
In camp.
So
I knew if I came up and I wasn't in tip-top shape, Ryan would be crossing me. So,
well, thing is, Barcs, Ryan now has been equipped with the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. So it's if anybody else is out there fancies giving the gift of smooth this holiday season, you can get your 15% off your entire order with the code MON at manscaped.com. 15% off MON, manscaped.com. stay on top of your grooming game and be ready for anything the season throws your way, like having Ryan next to you checking your ball sack.
Well, I want to know what your bush is like, Mark.
I think it's tamed somewhat, but there's nothing more sort of aphrodisiac-like than finely orchestrated pubes. Isn't that right, Mark?
Do we think going native versus?
I think a little bit, but
a little bit. Well, that's the thing. You've got the different sort of grading. So I tend to go with the one that is keeps it smooth, but doesn't necessarily take too much off. So
yeah,
so you're like Mark. You're like sort of like a grade 4 all over down there.
Tennis ball.
Tennis
ball. That still feels a bit wispy. Grade 4, but
tennis balls after sort of 6 sets. Just
if you are following along and you're on the YouTube channel right now, drop a comment. Are you smooth or bushy? Are you? Yeah. It's great. Why do you think our sponsors like the way we do this? We've actually got someone outside the window listening to this as well.
Also, maybe you can ask them what they prefer. Do they prefer it smooth or bushy?
Is this what your podcast is like with the BBC?
Yeah, similar.
Yeah.
It's basically the same. Let's move on from our bush game to the big to the biggest result of the weekend, no doubt, in terms of the All Blacks aura being somewhat annihilated at Twickenham as England, with a result for the ages. Very hard. You can tell, for those of you listening, you can't quite see the smile on Max's face, but you can see
I called it, Ryan.
You did.
Yeah, I know, but All Blacks are shite, so...
Hold on a second.
So now it changes. I thought they were too much.
No, England should be thanking Scotland. We softened them up.
Yeah, we did.
Ran them ragged.
We wore them down.
Wore them down, and we couldn't quite get it done. And then they were too exhausted after the match. And they had to go to Twickenham, and all the work was done at Murrayfield. Put it that way.
Yeah, and that's
like when you can't quite open like a jam pot, and you get halfway there, and then you give it to somebody else, and they open it. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, and your missus just pops it off, and you go, "Well, I loosened it."
Exactly.
Jokes aside, I reckon there's something in that. It kind of.
No, Max. No.
Wait, Mark. Hear me out. It kind of scrutinised the sort of there was a fragility about the ABs down in Murrayfield. And I reckon that only buoyed and bushied the tails and brightened the eyes of England's team going into that contest. But here we are. After a very
Max believing in that we actually wore them down. I'm glad.
I'm trying to find some positives.
George Ford. I mean, I know I'm the biggest advocate of Finn Smith, but he ran the show, didn't he? He was outstanding, and fair play to him. Boys, I'm giving them their due. England are looking pretty good. They're building something nicely. Borthwick finally, looking at a bench is pretty important. Scotland could have taken a couple of learnings from exactly how they used their bench at the weekend, because Scotland didn't use their bench at all. But we'll come on to that. But yeah, pretty impressive. But the main talking point is we should actually get Henry Pollock like a Vaseline sponsor or something for his lips. The old chafage.
Do you remember when Gordy Reid did that?
No, did he?
Oh, Gordy Reid was on the bench. He got pulled in last minute. I think he was playing Tonga or maybe somewhere. And he got put on the bench, his first cap on the bench, and he was like licking his lips like Henry Pollock, and then he didn't get on.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
Right, we're going to find that clip. Producer Jim, go find that clip.
What about the post celly from Tommy Freeman's TikTok? Right, what were your thoughts on the dance?
I loved it.
We're thinking, why don't we should redo it on here? We should redo it on here. It's gone viral, hasn't it? I'm all for TikTok. I did think it's a bit weird. I haven't seen that trend yet, but me and Bart's got a few good TikToks up the sleeve from this weekend, so we'll show you them. They include a lot of manscapes. I did think I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I just thought, and I don't know why, I just thought of like Martin Johnson watching that.
Game's gone.
Yeah, maybe just like what the hell is going on in the modern game? Like
this generation,
the previous generation would be hating it. I thought it was brilliant.
You're right, like even Borthwick, like, do you reckon Borthwick looks at it and goes, like, what the fuck are they doing?
But yeah, they love it. They're confident. I like it. I just think, let the boys play.
Well, because they're backing it up, aren't they? That's the big difference.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. Headline-wise, George Ford, there was a bit of guffaw, wasn't there? People were like, no, Finn Smith's the future. Put him in. But yeah, he's silenced all those critics. He was class. I think those drop goals before half-time are absolutely crucial to sort of spearheading England's second half performance. But I thought Cowan Dickey, when he came on, huge scrum went through the roof. Joe Hayes, massive game. I thought Finn Baxter was class. Again, sort of Steve Borthwick being able to start those guys now, and then have guys like Ellis and Will Stewart come off the bench shows massive depth for England going forward. But yeah, Cowan Dickey in particular, serious impact when he came on. I thought the set piece was a massive in for England.
George Ford, when you were with him at Bath, was he doing, does he practice drop goals all the time? Because it just feels like it's the sort of thing that he's done at real clutch moments. If you look back at the last World Cup with Argentina when they were down to 14 men, and then again here just to bring them back up to go in half time.
Yeah, our kid's been on it from day one, as far as I can tell. I hope he's mellowed out, though. He was intense. He was an intense man, but in a good way for the most part. But it was impressive, like the work ethic. But yeah, he's always been that guy. Hell of a leader. Great talker. Like he always had like quite profound points. He's a real sort of cerebral presence in any changing room. But yeah, funny kid with a few beers on him as well. Good boy.
Is that right? Yeah. When you say he's quite a serious bloke, what do you mean like?
The shields come down. And you're like, yes, there you are, my little northern hooligan. Yes, very good. Yeah, legend of a bloke.
Boys, have England finally found that midfield? It's been an issue for so many years, but would you say that the future is now Fraser Dingwall and Ollie Lawrence?
I like them together. I think they missed Lawrence, obviously, when he didn't play last year, when he did his Achilles. I think Dingwall, I've not actually against him, obviously, but whenever I watch him play, he's class. Just understated, goes about his business. But everyone you speak to, through the media, he's the kind of the glue, is what he's called. He's one of those guys that just very low error count. Doesn't make very many mistakes, makes the right decision at the right time. He's physical, carries the ball well. Yeah, I like him. I like that pairing together, actually.
We mentioned it at the start, and we, joking aside about what Scotland managed to do in terms of pre-beating up the All Blacks, but Richie McCaw talked about it. You've had various former All Blacks talking about every time that there's a loss, it chips away at their history, their tradition, and their aura. The fact they got hammered by South Africa at home in the Rugby Championship, the fact that perhaps they really should have lost up at Murrayfield. And now when you look at this deconstruction down at Twickenham, where does that leave the All Blacks? And has that aura now kind of been pierced?
We always speak about it, don't we, Max, that I never wanted the All Blacks to lose because... No, I never wanted the All Blacks to lose because there was always this thing, like, it's just... I always just loved the All Blacks. Like, if you came into rugby and you didn't have a team, you'd probably go, the All Blacks, like the kit, the fact they all wear the same boots, things like that, like the Haka, the aura around them. And that's why I think I never wanted them to lose. But yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a weird feeling. But then they have got some fucking good youngsters, a load of young talent in there. So I think they're just going to get better. I think we spoke about it. Did we talk about it after? I can't even remember. We said, like, I know we obviously joked Scotland's last opportunity to beat the All Blacks because they're only going to get better from now out. I think they're just in having a bit of a patch at the moment. I reckon they'll still come back pretty strong, building towards a World Cup. So, but you're right with that thing. Like, that's so true. When they lose, it's like, yeah, it chips away. It chips away at what they've sort of built before because they are the team that everyone just looks to beat, even though they're not world number one. They're a team that everyone is desperate to beat.
Yeah, I think that's definitely. It's changed, but nothing can remain the same forever. Do you know what I mean? Like that as we've said before, that All Blacks generation of players was super, super special. Like 1 to 15 was sort of goated. So,
boys, it's time to move on to Scotland versus Argentina. I don't even know where to start with this. Guys, what is that potentially the worst result that you've seen in a long, long time?
Not result.
Capitulation.
Of Scotland that I've seen in recent times. To be 21. So for context here, I took this 7-meter long camper van into the car park at Murrayfield. So I pulled up and they're like, "What on earth are you doing?" And I said, "I'm parking up." And they were like, "You cannot bring that in here." I said, "Well, it's my car, so you can't discriminate against me for having a giant car." So hence why at 21-0, I'm thinking we need to get on our way up north here. So I thought I'll get out early so I'm not stuck in the car park with the camper van. So 21-0, I've left the stadium. I've ran down to the camper. I've managed to maneuver out of this space where I'm blocking like all the police vans and everything. And off I've gone. At which point I think I turned the radio on and heard Peter Wright going mental and being like, this is an absolute capitulation. I'm thinking, what is he on about? There can't be the Scotland game. And we were fucking losing. I couldn't believe what was going on. I genuinely left at 21-0. So you were there, Barcs. Like, give us the stat, because I've heard the stat. He's thrown it out to a few people in the clubhouse when we're trying to schmooze people in the clubhouse to get 3 rounds of golf.
So Scotland's last 5 games against Tier 1 nations, the final 20 minutes of those matches. So they've played France, New Zealand, England, Fiji, and Argentina. The aggregate score in the final 25 minutes against those 5 teams is Scotland 6, the rest 87.
Oh, that's mental.
So it happened in the Six Nations against Italy. And that's what you get asked, like, is there a psychological barrier? That I don't know. It's not a fitness thing, definitely. Although you can talk about the bench if we want to. Like, to have the bench that you pick, you go 5-3 and then you don't bring on Tom Jordan or George Horn and you bring Duan on with 10 minutes to go. It wasn't sort of vintage use of the bench, because they brought on 5 players at the same time. Santi Carreras then gets man of the match, 25 minutes off the bench, man of the match. Same last week, Damien McKenzie, 25 minutes, man of the match. So the teams that come on are getting better, and Scotland in the last 25 minutes seem to be either digging in or just making loads of mistakes. And I was watching, I turned to Jamie Lyle, who's the commentator. I said, we're going to lose this. That was before we even lose. I said, the way this is going now, like, no one's got hold of this game apart from Argentina, having been like out on their feet, nowhere near the game, 21-0. Then, you know, they go length of pitch, score, then it's score again. And it just was, I think it was, 5 tries in 21 minutes. That's mental.
On it, though, you've got to give it to the Argies. Like, fair play to them to come back. And we spoke about how good they've been. It's probably, what's better, the way they came back, or, I mean, what's more dramatic? Scotland giving away that lead. But fair play to the Argies. We spoke about it last week. I told you I think this is going to be a tougher game than everyone thinks. I think it could be tougher than the All Blacks. And it certainly showed that in the last 20 minutes. But yeah, the boys just fell off a cliff, and you look at it and go, oof. And now there's a lot of questions around Gregor Townsend.
Well, that's the next bit. You're reading all the media now, that's kind of day after the fallout. And yeah, there's culpability around how the players responded. But just from everything you're saying, the substitutions weren't correct. They didn't bring any impetus into the match. If you're now looking over that stretch against Tier 1 nations, that's a pattern. That's not just ad hoc or one-offs. So I guess the big question is, should there be some sort of management restructure? Should Tooney go, as a lot of the papers are saying?
They're just so close to persevering to that next level, but they never quite do it. But is that a realistic reflection of Tooney? Like, who's going to come in and do a much better job? I just feel like the Scotland team right now doesn't have the same depth as some of those other teams. It just simply isn't the case. They just don't have as many players at that level. Like, they've got obviously a great starting 15, but like, you'd have to say, like, up front, do they have the sort of caliber of players as the top sort of 3-4 teams, especially in terms of depth? I think that'd be difficult to say yes.
What's the coach's job? Obviously, forget the results and performance, but the coach's job is to put in place system structures, you know, tactics, your game plan for the match. And you could argue, you know, against Argentina, he did that. You get to 21-0, and then you got a group of players who then give way, you know, penalty, you know, take a short kickoff when they're down to 14 men, more penalties. Like, maybe the bench decision aside is like, well, I think it probably falls more on the players. And the same in the Italy game in the Six Nations where they got beat. The players came out and said they basically started to try and play differently. So that's not a coaching problem, I don't think. I think that's a player's decision problem. But then the other question is, I suppose, is, well, why, when we see these players playing for Glasgow, you don't see that? And Glasgow actually finished games really strongly and won the URC off the back of doing that. So it's really confusing. I don't know what the answer is. There's always going to be a narrative with head coaches. Look at the pressure on Steve Borthwick, 18 months ago, and now everyone's saying, look how good England are.
So he's a mastermind.
Yeah, he's a mastermind, but he's evolved his decision making, because we did a thing during the Six Nations and we figured out in 12 games he had only ever made the first tactical substitution once. So now look at his bench and look at the way the game's changed. Look at how he's probably changed and accepted that that's how the game's played. So yeah, I've not really answered your question very well, probably, Mark, or accurately, but I just think there's so much more to it when you unpick it. It's very easy to blame and point the finger at one person, because Finn Russell's getting lucky. I'm like, no, hold on a second, let's not even go there. He threw a bad pass which leads to an intercept, but you can't point the blame at one player in a game like that. I'm a believer that game was the players let the sort of team down, not the management. That's my view.
What was the feeling in the Scotland camp?
I was in the camp there, mate.
I was rushing to get my barbecue.
I was phoning him saying,
I still got two former Scotland internationals on the show. Cheers, guys. Yeah, good for that insight. Okay, change that up. Where does Scotland go from here?
Max, I suppose Max did it there. Like, you look at the depth. We've got real depth in some big positions, but there's forwards wise, front five especially, I don't think there's enough depth there. And then if you've got a bench, and a weird one having Duhan van der Merwe on the bench, like, for me, that was just a bit strange. It was almost like Gregor went 5-3 split just to be able to get him on there. You usually see like a 6-2 split with a.
You'd have Kyle Steyn on the bench, not Kyle Rowe.
Yeah, exactly.
Kyle Rowe can play at least two positions.
So it was just a bit of an odd one. So you look at that and go, yeah, the tactics there around the bench, and then to only use Duhan out of the backs was a bit weird as well. So
the game needed the bench. Again, you look at who's in the. Tom Jordan is you obviously know Max. He's a
baller. Yeah,
going to go on and be a baller. And George Horn, if you want someone to just like go and bring like loads of energy, loads of impact, like you've got two players there who that's literally what they do. So
really important game. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, that's why I'm frustrated. I watch it. Yeah, I don't know.
But to answer your question, Mark, where does Scotland go? Not even like another 85-0 drumming of Tonga will sort of smooth over, a game that we should have beat the All Blacks, and a game where we 1,000,000% should have beaten Argentina. So now suddenly this autumn, the Autumn Nations for Scotland have been a real failure. So yeah, they got to go and do a big old job on Tonga. But I reckon we'll see a lot of changes. I think Tuna have to change it up.
I think it'll go full strength.
You reckon?
There's not the depth there anyway, but I think I don't even want to say it, but if they even anything less than an emphatic win, it's like, well, that's just going to add even more pressure.
It's almost a shame that you can't take on another sort of big team, I suppose, next weekend to kind of right the wrongs, because whatever the result, it seems to be a lose-lose for the Scottish people, I'm afraid.
He seems happy. It's weird.
I'm not happy.
Look how buoyant he was there.
I am not happy. You're my third favourite Six Nations team.
Yeah, true. Anyway, we've got to get on the road in a minute. So should we quickly talk about Wales? Because I was watching that game and just praying for the Welsh boys, thinking, please, please, please. And then the balls are still from what's his name?
Jared Evans.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? When they said we'll take the points, I was almost like, no, please don't make him do this. Don't make him do this. But fair play to him, sticking it over. Oh, it was good to see Wales win. That's why I was thinking about you there, Mark.
But it was weird because it was more like relief than I wasn't like elated about. I was watching it. I wasn't elated. I was relieved against beating Japan.
Have you got some stats there, Mark? Like, because they hadn't won a game for how long?
That's our first home win in over 2 years.
Bloody hell.
Oh, wow,
that's the first time the gang have seen a men's team win in Cardiff in over 2 years.
And then who have they got this week?
New Zealand.
Oh, that'll be easy.
Got the All Blacks.
And then South Africa.
But thanks to Scotland, then England skinning them up, we'll have the leftovers of that. Easy.
You're welcome.
Absolute pleasure. Just always fun to hear Eddie Jones and his quote. Did you hear that? Wales fans should ask for their money back but their union can't afford it, so they won't get anything.
It was good fun. It was. I thought it was quite witty, but maybe a bit of low hanging fruit. But it was fairly poisonous. Always good on the mic is Eddie Jones.
To be fair, he would have been so pissed off, right? I mean, ultimately, Japan completely deserved to win that game.
100%. Yeah, that was plucky. Good God, they definitely deserved it.
Right, let's roll forward on to South Africa versus Italy. The big talking point, red card for Franco Mostert. Was it, wasn't it? There's a bit of a divide around what's happened.
If I'm the ref there, I'm putting the ownership on the TMO. Yellow him and then put it under review. I don't know if it's that bad. My gut says it's a decent eye on the shot. Yeah, he didn't wrap with his leading arm, but he's wrapped with his left. I guess him riding up as Garbisi sort of falls and there's a little bit of contact with the mandible doesn't look great. But I can't. A straight red? Yeah, I don't know about that.
It was almost similar to the Japanese fella that did it. Was it yellow in the end? But he hit
yellow
perfectly, and it was almost like whiplash movement.
Yeah,
so
looked
I don't know. Listen, the whole debacle around all this card stuff and TMOs and what we're doing at the moment, someone's just got to get it straight. Did I see something? Was it Eddie Jones came out and said we're making a mockery of the game at the moment with it all? Was it him?
He did. He did say that it's the rules should be changed. The game is being ruined unless it's basically essentially unless it's reckless. It needs to. You can't just start kind of giving everybody their marching orders is more or less the intimation that we're going with. But let's say goodbye to Ryan and John. Thank you for jumping on, Barcs. Good luck. I assume that Ryan is going to try and lure you into staying an extra night, as he always does, because he can't stand being on his own. That's his main thing.
See, did I put petrol in the diesel engine? Oh no, looks like we're staying the night.
Great. It's gone from breakback to misery. Brilliant. So you're anyway. Good luck, Barcs. I hope you get home safe.
Cheers,
and
lads.
we'll speak to you guys soon.
Ta-ta, boys. Have a good one. In the third season of this epic podcast, this ridiculous podcast, we'd like to thank our sponsors from day one, the great people at Wolf Craig Distilleries. Their loyalty has not been undervalued. And Ryan would like to talk about one of their new products.
You can head over there. What is the website, Max?
wolfcraig.com.
They have brought out a beautiful 14-year-old deluxe blend triple sherry cask. I actually went to a lovely event the other night where Richard Patterson, OBE, the man that made it, talked about the bodegas in St. Andres, wherever that is, that they've been distilling these beautiful, beautiful, mature notes. I had no idea what was going on, but it tasted bloody nice, boys. This 14-year-old, you can jump over to the website, which is wolfcraig.com, and it's only £95. So head over there. There's also a More or Nothing bundle you can get. So yeah, big thanks to Wolf Craig Distillers for being with us from the beginning and still with us.
Doggies up.
We are in the most delightful of locations, none other than the Corinthia Hotel in London. We are at the Explorer's Penthouse, which is so far above our means, but a huge thank you to Nick Sivride and everybody here at the Corinthia. This place is delightful. It really is. Lovely place to come and have a wonderful day.
You feel at home here, don't you? This is the sort of place I can see him like.
Can we unpack that though? The Explorers. Why is it called that?
To start with, it's a duplex.
Yeah.
Pretty special. We haven't taken you upstairs yet. I think you feel a little bit weirded out at the moment that you're in this.
Using lines like "we haven't taken you upstairs yet."
Yeah. Well, we'll take you upstairs afterwards. But
Okay.
My goodness, what a posh place. Should we intro our guest?
Yes, and I'm delighted to have none other than Stormers and South African star. It's the big man, Evan Roos. Evan, mate, how are you feeling? You've had a tough week, is probably the best way to put it.
It's been a week, but it's been a good week.
Self-induced though. Is it like it's your own fault?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It was so fun, really like the best week of my life.
the greatest week of my life!
It was so fun, really, like this is why I play rugby. It was so fun.
And like people watching this, because of the Barbarians,
renowned for making sure that you enjoy off-field more than on-field.
Yeah, it's like a professional stag, isn't it? The Barbarians.
Professional style.
Yeah, it's like my matric rage. Like I felt like I was back in matric rage. I've never done this amount or like this time amount since I was 18. So it's been fun.
But you're feeling all right. You're not. You actually look. Do you know what? You look okay
surprised with myself today. Like
compared to these two. Who,
yeah,
I'm actually. These two look more hungover than you. They only had one night out last night, and you've done what, 6?
I said no. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no.
Outstanding.
Friday, no. Saturday, yeah.
What was your favourite day?
Wednesday. The dinner with all the head main people and they sing and yeah.
Oh, did they? So where did you go? Do you know the name? Jack's.
Okay,
yeah.
It
becomes it's sort of like a nice resi, and then it becomes a club. But yes, very good, very good.
That was my favourite night.
Magician? Was there a magician? Did he?
2 of them.
Yeah, they turned up. The
Yeah,
magicians.
made phones disappear, old card tricks. It's quite cool, I must say.
What about the singers that you don't know are singers? Did they get them?
They were the Broadway singers.
Oh my god!
But you did they trick you?
One was a waiter, and
Yeah.
then she started singing. The other one, Rocket, you can see it from a mile away. She sings, and then the guy I didn't spot until he started singing.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Mate,
I
that
love
sounds
stuff like that.
outrageous.
So they come in and like, do you remember I told you when we did it and someone came in and they complained about the noise? Can you lot keep the bloody noise down? And honestly, looked over and Izzy Peresse was like ready to go. I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. and thank God he didn't, because then she just burst out into song. We were like, what the hell? Mamma mia. So they do it right.
This is like a mini West End show, basically.
Yeah. You don't
I've
know
never
what
had
they're
that
gonna
whole experience with the magicians and the undercover singers. That's outrageous.
No, it was something special. And obviously it's Halloween. Halloween's not a big thing in South Africa, but I see people here in the UK like really.
Yeah, London's good for it. London's very
Yeah,
good for
it is. It is big. Let's start talking about a few of the names that are involved, because I mentioned Ollie Kebble, who Mark thought was a Stormers captain because he went on to Wikipedia.
No, that's what he's on.
On Wikipedia, club captain he's put himself down for. He was leading the charge off the field, was he?
Every day. He took us to Devonshire on Sunday as soon as we landed.
Just lining up the Guinness.
He's like, yeah, he's your guy on those tour. Like, you need this, he's your guy. He's got a guy. And yeah, Devonshire on Sunday, Monday, and then so only the Stormers boys and Kobus Visa was in on Sunday, and then the Monday all the rest of the boys came. And it's down to that pub, meeting, out for dinner. No, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here, to be honest.
What, alive?
Such a week, but so fun. Like, I can't stop saying the word fun, but I don't know how else to.
Did anyone let themselves down? Like, was there anyone that, because you mentioned Dobbo and your Stormers coach, so that's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? You've got your actual club coach going, but by all accounts, I've heard a lot about him, and he's a good boy. And he enjoys a beer.
He enjoys a night out, enjoys a beer. I think the Barbarians, if he could only coach the Barbarians, I think I'll be fine for him. Minimal training, just social, the boys. Bring back old school, he always says bring back old school touring. Like 2-month tours, no cell phones, just the boys, gone for 2 months. He enjoyed it a lot. Our backline coach, Darby Slayman, was with us as well. He's like, I've never coached so little in a week, but never enjoyed a week so much.
Did Dobbo get a bit wrong? Did he because he didn't want you to stop, did he?
Yeah, I know. So when was it? On Wednesday, we had our biggest nights, and then earlier the week, Pat said, boys just know when to flip the switch. And then Thursday evening at 7, we just get a message on the group from Dobbo, disappointed you boys flipped the switch already. And we're like, fuck, we need captains Friday and then play Saturday. I think 1 or 2 boys did go for a beer on Friday. Nothing serious.
You've got to, though, to just sort of take the edge off.
Get back to baseline.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then after the game, immediate beers. That was so fun.
It's interesting because would that work for a performance in the long run?
Yeah,
as a
could it?
team?
Because you've always said
psychologically,
we don't need the train. We just need to be.
It is interesting
together.
that a professional coach like Dob and Pat Lam can completely embrace that culture, right? But they completely put aside their sort of mainstream coaching philosophy for the thing that is the Barbars. But it's interesting that they you wouldn't like sort of put that into performance. But I guess it's obviously very much result driven, so it's a bit like dicey to be like, yeah, boys, just have at it.
Well, I think the biggest worry is if any of his Bristol boys got injured, because
I know we're already on the bare bones. Yeah,
Yeah.
He puts BB and Fitzy out there.
Would what was Uncle Pat like?
No, he's great for it.
Awesome. Yeah, obviously awesome to work with him. Obviously admired from afar. So I must say, when he took out huddle clips after the first day of training, I was like, oh, this is Barbarians week.
No, hold on. What he was showing clips?
Yeah, you showed like, no. We were training and then I just hear zzz, and there's a drone up.
Yes.
And I was like,
No, because he would have been like, because he's got all this access to like guys like Evan and stuff. He'd been like doing as much. He's trying to get as much as he can out of that environment because he's got so many good players. Like, oh my God, that's so classic, mate. Imagine, come to Bears. You're in the meeting room for a while, boss. You're just watching the screen like this for hours. No, it's all right. It's good fun.
He always picks
You
up.
do
what
learn a
said,
lot.
right? He always.
Yeah, he comes at
in.
me. So like, if I'm like snoozing at the back, I'll be his litmus test to see if I'm paying attention. But because I've been there so long, I know exactly what he wants to hear. So I'll just be like, no. I'll just have like Tourette's of like Bears principles, and I'll get it right. And he's like, fantastic.
Or do one of your normal rants and just confuse everyone.
Just have a rant, yeah. But yeah, he's great.
Did Fitz get a bit of stick there? Because Fitz is the captain, isn't he?
He is the
at
captain.
Bears. So when Pat started doing that with
Fitz
boys
Harding,
like Fitz,
sorry, in case-
Fitz, can you sort this out, please?
Fitzy and BB, everything. Like BB had to chase here, chase there. Fitzy's doing this and line out, that and line out. He's doing the breaths in and out. BB's doing the claps. Like you can see, he's there for all the team, you know.
Yeah, that is so funny. I love that.
Number one disciple. Yeah.
What did you say about Pat there? Every time with the Barbarians, he always likes to have a look at and say, right, we'll take this one, we'll bring this one to Bristol. Is that going to be Evan? Is that you?
Yeah. Did he approach you about contracts?
Hey, you want to come out and have a laugh?
Just a subtle little dig, like hope to work together in the future.
There it is.
But
Dollar bill, yo.
no, I love Cape Town though, especially now where we're at now. It's such a cool place to be. Back with Adidas was a big thing. Under new management, brand redesign, our brand logo and all that. So it's like an exciting part or time to be part of the Stormers. I think I'll be quite gutted if I look back one day and left in this kind of start of a new era. Like it's nice to be kind of the pioneers of it and start it up, and then one day when it is time to go, whenever that may be, I can look back and say I was part of it, part of the new era and the new kind of thing.
Cape Town, Bristol, Cafe Caprice.
But Evan, why do you think, because Stormers obviously are doing fabulously in the URC, what has been the change? I mean, you're saying it's a new dawn in a way, but what's been the main catalyst for that?
I think the way we play, we're known for obviously razzle dazzle and like batshit crazy stuff, like out the back passes and all that. But I think what we've gotten right is playing, especially away, playing conservative rugby and playing the right rugby in the right areas. Especially when you're on tour, it's tough to tour. You've got the ref, that's not always great. You've got the home crowd against you. 50-50 calls probably will go to the home crowd. So just play conservative rugby and play the exciting rugby and the brand that we love in the right areas of the field. And proper game management. I think our 9s and 10s and 15s have really clicked that.
You speak of sort of 9s and 10s. You're obviously you're 10 in the shape of Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu. Talk to us a little bit about him.
Great person, I think. Before anything else, just the type of person he is. Hasn't changed at all. Same young guy who came in 2022. Just played 1 or 2 games for us. Sat on the bench for the first URC final. Didn't get a minute. And fast forward to now, look where he is. But as a teammate, so happy for him. He's doing so well, and he's backing it every weekend. And I know he gets a lot of stick in the media. I think it's very uncalled for. I don't see why.
Why? Why does he get a lot of stick in the media?
Overconfidence usually gets perceived as cockiness.
Like Henry Pollock.
The old tall poppy syndrome.
And Sacha's just confident in what he's doing, and there's not a lot of sideshows. If I look at him on the field, he just does his job.
Yeah.
And he's humble in it, and he knows it's a squad effort. Doesn't take it upon himself. So he never forgets that, and I think people tend to think he thinks in that sort of way.
Right.
But no, he doesn't. He works extremely hard and is extremely talented. So yeah.
To be fair, because South Africa has always had like a nuts and bolts 10s, like Morné Steyn, Andre Pollard, Andre Pretorius, like, like fundamental guys, Pat Bambi, whereas like Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu is like a goddamn walking highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? He does the wildest. He's like athletically freakish, and he's got the skill set of a magician.
I liken him to like Willemse. Like the way they play, like they're not worried about making mistakes and going and forcing. It comes off 9 times out of 10. It actually comes off.
Yeah, but that comes through prep, obviously as well. They train stuff like that, but I think also just the other 10% is just talent. Like you can't teach that. It's just
can't. Absolutely not.
It's a strange thing, though, isn't it? That sort of misrepresentation. There's a lot of your fellow South Africans who don't know him, who will just go with what's been said in the media and go, yeah, there's a cockiness or an arrogance. But it is completely, as you're saying, sort of baseless in as far as he's actually quite a humble guy. Is that frustrating for rugby players as a whole?
It happens a lot. Obviously people have perceptions of you and they only see your version of yourself on the TV, and then they make a direct assumption or immediate thinking of this guy's cool, this guy's a prick. But yeah, I must say it's like, I don't know how you can just base it's like labeling someone as nice or not nice through watching them play sports.
Yeah, you don't know them
at all. And then on top of that, they couch coaches as well. So not everyone's going to like you, especially for Africa. They're so passionate. So 50% will love you and 50% will hate you. And you just got to deal with it. Not base your happiness of that, because if you do, I think life will be a roller coaster.
That's why I love the whole Barbarians experience the most, because we do it as players as well. Like we do, like whether we like it or not. There's a couple of players that you go, I don't think I'm going to like him. I'm not going to get on with him. And then suddenly you get thrust in. Like I roomed with Rob Carney, who actually, when he turned up, saw my name on the rooming list. He was rooming and asked for another room.
No way.
And then they were like, sorry, no, there's no other rooms. By the end of it, best mates.
You see,
and that's why I love the Barbarians so much. Like, was there anyone that you had that about where you were like, oh, I'm not sure of this bloke, or was there anyone that surprised you?
I didn't know Max Malins before the week, but such a good guy, very posh.
Very posh.
Only drinks rosé, doesn't drink beer.
Literally like Mark. Champagne only.
Oh wow.
Hold on a minute. Only drinks rosé.
Literally.
Yeah, rosé all day.
Rosé all day.
Hey, that's Max Malins,
Just on the Rosé Mourinho's all day.
Mate,
Brilliant.
You're joking. So everyone's having a beer and he's there with a glass of rosé.
And we gave him a beer for fine, and he was just like, no, I'm waiting for my rosé. And I thought, I promise you.
That's unbelievable.
That doesn't surprise me.
That
Good
is
crack, though.
so good.
I kind of respect it.
Yeah, of course you do. That, sticking to his guns.
Oh, some boy, great lad though. Yeah,
good guy, amazing guy, but
a good guy to have here as well. He knows the ins and outs
exactly.
of the big smoke.
But as soon as he said, no, I'm waiting for my rosé, all the staffers were like,
what? Pardon?
What?
What a puss man. I would have gotten Strawpedo in full bottle of Whispering Angel.
We wanted to tape the bottle to his hand.
Edward side hands, Edward white hands. No, that is mental.
Couldn't believe it. And one South African was like, what's rosé? Like,
what is this?
The brandy and cokes must have been on fly as well, like with all you boys there.
The thing is, nobody packed in. So we didn't know we were going to Barbers. So we didn't kind of prep for it. And there's apparently a Safa shop nearby the hotel.
Exactly. It's so hard to get the brandy they like here.
What?
Yeah.
Are you very particular on the brandy you drink?
No, I don't mind what brandy it is, but we just never got to it. The Guinness was too good. Like, I didn't have the need. And then we had a few rum and cokes, and that's basically the equivalent of a brandy. I think.
In terms of training, did you have to do any training? Like, I know you've said Pat had a bit of a longer meeting, but what was training like?
Monday was attack.
But when you say attack, what? Like
we ran shape.
So you actually had to do. You had to go above a jog.
Yeah. Oof. The boots on. I forgot my boots the first day. I had to take.
I really bought into the Barbars experience. Like boots.
I was like, because we on the program it said like there's this indoor area. I'm like, okay, cool, probably a walkthrough. And we get there and Pat's like, okay, cool, boy, see you outside. And I have no boots there, only tackies. I borrow a pair of boots from Henry Liebenberg, but like long 8 studs on a Monday. And then Tuesday, same, at Defence Day.
What?
I promise you. And then on the program it said Thursday training. But after the big night on Wednesday, we told Skip and BB, you have to go speak to him like this. Let's maybe not do it. Maybe we can do it, but maybe later. But 9 o'clock after the night out.
Yeah, but he likes the idea of that though. He likes to sort. Yeah, he wants the difficulty of the boys training through the hangover. Because it's like Barbar's spirit.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it showed pretty close, 19-all, and then the let's just say the All Blacks probably showed that they weren't on the piss all week. They pulled away.
Yeah, Wednesday night caught us. The 60th minute.
Right, boys, get in. Wednesday's fucked us. Stay in the fight.
Like after the first half, I'm like, fuck, we're doing well.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I'm scared the wheel's gonna fall off somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, so Oak's gonna be blowing out their asses 1 minute 50. By warm up, we were blowing out our asses. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna play a full game of rugby. Even like when I woke up the morning and I'm thinking, this is physically the most unprepared I've ever been in my life for anything. Like, how am I gonna go play? And it's not like a club. I'll be playing against All Blacks 15. It's all, Oaks don't joke around there.
Maybe they got Papali'i and
David Havili, like
Havili, yeah.
They weren't messing about as well, right? They were banging.
We sat there on like Thursday after them. We're like, yo, boys, I don't know. Some guys are like, I want to go. So Pat said, be late for a meeting. You get subbed to the bench. And some of the starters like, mate, might.
Saw the lads waiting in a room outside.
There is that. Everyone's jealous of the people on the bench. But that never happens in rugby.
No,
ever.
Never.
You're like, I want to start. But then suddenly.
Barber's week.
Oh, actually, 20 minutes would do me.
So Bongi was like, made the meeting by 25 seconds. And then Andre Hiko was like stressing because if Bongi's late, he has to start. Bongi gets there 20 seconds early. Andre Hiko's celebrating. Bongi's also celebrating, got there early. And then I asked him, what would you have done if Bongi was late? It's like, no, I'll just rock up late the next day and then we have to switch the 2 hookers back. There's only 2 hookers.
Oh, so good.
Evan, obviously every South African rugby player dreams of donning the Springbok jersey, the history behind it, the mystique. Talk us through when you found out you were going to become a Springbok.
Yeah, it was in 2022. I think it was before a semi-final or was a quarter-final, I can't remember. I just walked into the changing room and I just had a bunch of messages on my phone from WhatsApp. The first one I opened, I can't remember who it was just like a photo after the game. They put up the incoming tour squad and my name was there and I couldn't believe it. My mom said my granddad of her father called her and said, well done, with me being in. And she was like thinking he's saying he should be in. And my mom was like, no, whenever the right time, it will come. Like, we're not rushing this. And he's like, no, you don't understand. He is in. Because there's no reception in the stadium, so she couldn't see the WhatsApp. As soon as he walked out, she got the call from my grandfather. And yeah, literally found her on a WhatsApp after a match. And yeah, it's the coolest feeling ever.
Was it?
Yeah, it's dream come true, really. Like, yeah, obviously as you get older, you understand like the cool financial gain about playing rugby and all that. But for me, it's always just wanting to play rugby. Like, I just really enjoy it. And watching the Springboks since I've been since I can remember, being honoured and blessed enough to be able to be the guys I looked up to or be one of them is, yeah, it's kind of this weird surreal feeling.
You feel it is, but you talk about the financial stuff, but it feels like it is life rugby in South Africa.
No, it's
yeah, it is like that is it. Where did you grow up?
Grew up in Pretoria, actually.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and then when I was 15, my dad got a nice offer to move to Cape Town. Then my whole family moved down to Cape Town, resided in Paul. My parents are still there. Did a 2-year stint in Durban with the Sharks, straight out of school. And then when I didn't finish my contract there, like in COVID 2020, I just felt like, listen, there's probably things more bigger than rugby, like family and maybe like getting a job. So I was kind of wanting to stop and go study, like, because I didn't didn't think, like, my parents said go hear about the Stormers, and at that time Siya Kolisi was there, John Augustus was there, Yaka Kutsia was there, and a few guys that are still playing now were also there. So I didn't think I had a chance. Dobbin didn't know who I was. Darby Snyman, our backline coach, knew who I was, but I was just kind of thinking maybe go to Stellenbosch, study there, and then play some varsity cup, maybe get a shot. Otherwise, just go and study and get my degree. And my parents said, just give it a go. And there's maybe a spot. And then it was a month loan, and if I impress in a month, I stay. Otherwise, it's done. And literally, ball boy, the first game against the Cheetahs, second game off the bench against the Griquas, third game off the bench against the Bulls, fourth game start against the Lions, and the next week I got a contract.
Sliding doors is that though, right? You could have just not turned up, but you know, there's bad days at the office.
Yeah.
No contract, and then suddenly, potentially, you're not a rugby player.
Literally packed my bags in Durban on the Thursday, and didn't know if I got a gig in Cape Town. I just knew I'm going home. Didn't know what I was going to do. Went back to my parents, chilled the weekend, waited, and then the Monday morning or Tuesday morning got a call, and then Wednesday I started training with the Stormers.
Man, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Your debut was against Wales, so sort of, I suppose, a bittersweet experience. And as far as your first game, you actually lost. I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but let's just go through your losses.
Yeah, it was positive, negative. Like it was. Yeah, it's obviously making the debut special, but it felt quite terrible losing it. We were a bunch of new boys at one stage. Like I think we were 8 debutants in one game. So I think it's not a bad thing if you look back. Like 8 debutants losing to a fully stacked Welsh team, the point. I think obviously the coaches wanted answers out of the game, and they got them. But yeah, I did feel a bit shit too.
Okay, Evan, there is a point to this, because now I'm going to talk about the fact you then didn't lose for the next 7 games.
Yeah.
You haven't lost.
Yeah.
Since, if we forget your debut, you're unbeaten, effectively. Talk us through then the experience of sort of starting to beat, you beat England, Australia, Argentina. From your perspective, what was your favourite kind of moment in a Springbok jersey?
I would say the test against England in 2022. It's my second start, but it was, at Twickenham. My dad flew over from Cape Town. His parents live in the Netherlands, so they flew over, and all of them were in the stands watching. And it was cool to have that kind of support at Twickenham or Allianz, whatever it's called now.
HQ, that's what they call it.
And such a special moment. And the debut, obviously, with my whole family there. But the one in England will always sit with me.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Rassie lately? Have you been given some indications of like, this is what I want you to do, or you just control what you control with the Stormers doing what they're doing?
Yeah, just happy to play with the Stormers. The standby list just also got a call and said, stay ready and stay, physically up for it. Good shot against for the Barbers against New Zealand 15. It's a nice test. So, the only message is just, stay physically ready if anything happens. Yeah.
And he's just gone and told us that he's been on the piss all week.
I was about to say, and obviously part of that was make sure you drink for 6 out of 7 days.
Yeah, I was like, it's a bit of a, how do we, do I take it seriously or do I do it the Barbarians way? But it worked out quite well, actually. Like, I couldn't believe I actually played decent enough.
You got a try as well.
The try was the best thing.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it was actually,
And do you know what? Like, for a Barbarians game, you could tell there's a lot of South Africans in your team because it was so physical.
You could hear me listening.
In Brentford, because there wasn't the biggest stadium and there wasn't like the sound of the shots. Oh my goodness! When you look at it back, the sound of the shots.
Van Heerden with that sit down and that break in the middle, I was like, "Wowee, number 5. What are you up to?"
So, Ernst Rain has got the ball and they call it like a hook where you play it out the back. Ruben is like, "I want to do this because I can't do this to the Stormers." Gets it, looks right. Yeah. There's no one. And I'm sitting on the other side of the field and he just bounces someone and I just stop him my celebrate.
I was like that. I was also like double take. I was like, that lock just did that.
Max is looking at his beer like that. What the fuck?
What's just happened, bro? Number 5. How good?
Yeah.
Mate, he had a strong game, yeah.
So Rassie will have watched that game and seen the physicality. I'm like, that could prepare you and keep you ready. What's Rassie like? What is he like as a person? That's what everyone always wants to know. Like, who was it the other day that we spoke to and they were asking?
Tommy DeToy. Yeah.
Is he more like a psychologist than a coach? Is that how you feel a little bit about him? Like he's all about the psychology of it?
I think he calculates everything he does. He rethinks things. He looks at it from different angles. How can we do it in this way? Can we do it better? I think what I admire most about him is he just doesn't stop evolving. Like he keeps on thinking of doing things differently, doing it better. How can we do it more streamlined? I think that's amazing. I think that's why the Box recent success that's the reason for it. I think keep on innovating, keep on pushing, and testing the boundaries. What can we do in the game? What can we not do in the game? Law-wise, is this legal? Yeah. I think that keeps the game exciting. I know a lot of people don't enjoy it, but I think it's entertaining, it's innovative.
But that's the funny thing. Some people get annoyed about it, but then look at England yesterday. What did they do? Deployed the...
I'm not going to say it. You can say it.
No, they had their own... I don't know what anyone's calling it. They deployed their own bomb squad, didn't they? But,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Well, that's the mark when people copy.
People were saying, "Oh, this is ridiculous. You shouldn't be allowed to do it." But suddenly, look at England now.
Who was it? Matt Williams who came out and kicking off about it.
Oh fucking!
It should be outlawed, mate. It should be bloody outlawed.
So we mentioned we had Thomas du Toit on the show a few weeks back. You were both at the same school, right?
Yeah.
There's sort of 5-6 years between you guys. When you got into Springbok camp, was there that slight like upper sixth kind of matrix, where you've got a guy who was when you were at Pearl High schools, they would have had, he would have been somebody that people talked about. Was it weird for you then going in with him?
It was actually kind of comforting, like kind of a familiar face. And Thomas is such a good guy.
Was he head boy?
Was he? I can't remember. He wasn't.
I just feel like he would be.
Do you think he's head boy material?
Yeah, he just gives
was
me that vibe.
captain.
Oh, was he? Okay,
Yeah, he was matric, I think 2013, if I'm right. So I missed
Potentially,
him.
yeah.
I missed him.
Just missed him.
But he's such obviously a good person. He was at the Sharks as well when I was there, so kind of like a familiar face when I got into camp, because a lot of the guys I didn't know, obviously know of them, looked up to them since you've been young, but don't know them personally. So one or two guys I did know personally.
I love that. I love the fact that these schools, they have so many, and probably all of you guys playing all sports as well, right? So, cricket and...
Yeah, I was more athletics, shot and discus, and 100 meters and relay in matric.
What was your time, mate? What was your time? Hit us.
11.4 on the 100.
I mean, I don't know what's quick, but
11.4 was fast, bro. Yeah, that's
Quicker than you.
Was JJ Van der Mesh into any other sports like that? Was he always that large?
Yeah, he's always been that big.
He's always been that big.
Yeah.
I can't go over how massive. Man, he's so.
Yeah, he's a big human being. Yeah, really big human being. But I think Glenwood. It's like they call it just a rugby academy. I don't think they go to school quite often, and so I don't think summer sports was a thing there. I think he only played rugby.
He just played rugby. I feel like he'd be like a monster at water polo, like the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah,
so in South Africa it's massive.
Yeah, water polo is
no, they love it. They do.
they?
No, it's huge.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I thought I was like, that is such a niche.
Bro,
sport.
in South Africa, no, in South Africa it's big.
It's
Yeah,
like the
it's
next
like-
big sport.
If it was a pro sport over there, a lot of boys would go into it.
And then, did you play it?
But there's no money there, but they actually are big into it.
Yeah, no, especially the English schools, big into it.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but I remember being over there and they made us play it.
Bro, how hard is it?
Because what's stupid is you can't touch the floor.
But they like beat the. It's like they beat the fuck out
Drowning
of
each other, whacking each
Yeah, but
other.
that's the thing. You're like
So
playing
you got to
with like
control
this mammoth
Exactly.
Afrikaans guys
and you
who
got
are
to
just
control your
drowning
breath.
you.
Someone's drowning you. You're controlling your breath. Like the sort of adaptations you get from water polo would be so like good for rugby.
Drowning me. You're
Yeah,
drowning.
you're waterboarding me, and I'm fine with it. I'm enjoying this. I'll come back.
But that is it. Like you look at the South African schools, and I went out. We trained at the SAS Academy, which is in Stellenbosch, and just look everything with all the. Is it Grays?
It's
Grays down
Paul
there?
Roos.
Oh, Paul Roos. That's
Yeah.
it. All the schools you could just see, like they're geared towards just creating athletes.
Feed the Springbok machine.
Yeah.
I was at the airport, right? I was having a ribeye, as you do at the airport, South Africa, mental. Like 12, like £8 for like a kilo of steak. I was like this, I am a king.
Here in the UK, we're just like Burger King, chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
and chips,
I know.
and everyone's like,
Precisely.
They're like fucking
Last men and proper people are eating proper
food.
Exactly. Anyway,
Pup on the side.
watching Georgia take on Springboks, this whole school walks in, like on tour. Bro, the minute the national anthems came on for the game, all the boys have stood up and just started singing, and I'm just there eating my steak. But I was like,
Crying.
this is insanely wholesome. I'm loving this moment. And I was like, but that just personified like the sort of national pride. You just would never have that with something like England or Scotland. Do you know what I mean? Like you would see,
100%.
you never have that.
No, not in that.
But it was like this zealousness. Everyone's up in the steak restaurant in Cape Town Airport. I'm sitting there like, Should I get up as well? But it was such a special moment. I was like, this is so nice. It was such a wholesome moment.
Last couple, scariest player you've ever come up against?
I haven't played against Eben yet, but I think him, and I played against Willem Alberts as well. First game I played against him, it was quite a...
Willem.
No, it was a big hit. Like, he completely blindsided me.
Did you ever play Fantasy Super Rugby back in the day?
Fantasy Super Rugby, no.
Oh, mate, it was Willem Alberts and Bismarck Duplessis back in that Sharks team, like
that
20, that era.
Yeah.
They were my go-to bankers for points because I got Big Willem, the big fridge, only goes backward when he backs out of his drive to go to the game. He was just unbelievable that year. Bro, the fridge was real. Man, I fucking love Willem Alberts. Him and Bismarck were like my favourite guys because they would get me all my points. Sorry, back to Eben.
No, but did he not just only give up?
Yeah, he retired the other day, I think this previous season.
Man, how funny is that skit he does where he tapes up his face?
Yeah, Leon Schuster is a comedian guy back in the day with this movie he did. He gets a concussion and he actually thinks he's a rugby player. But he tapes himself up to kind of mimic so people can't actually see who he is.
Right.
And it's stupid comedy if you think back to it now, but it's so funny and such a part of South African culture. This is Leon Schuster movies.
Right, okay.
Willem Alberts does the odd skit with the...
and he tapes himself up.
Yeah, oh mate, it's so funny. I don't even know the Afrikaner slang that he's saying, but I'm just enjoying it because I can tell what the crack is.
Boys, we've held Evan hostage long enough, I think now. But
on a hangover as well.
Yeah, on a 6-day bender. Thank you so much for coming in, for having a chat with us and being so open. It's been brilliant. We appreciate it, and good luck for the rest of the season. Safe flight heading back to South Africa this evening. But yeah, good luck for the rest of the season. Cheers.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see the sun.
Cheers. My pleasure, bro. And then there were two, Mark. Just you and I and you, talking about the great game of rugby.
Exactly. We're now on a...
What would be like? Oh yeah, the conspiracy theorists of South Africa. The whole world's against them. They must bring down the Bokke because they're so undefeatable. The most invincible team we've ever seen. The sort of world rugby's trying to basically beat them with
it is bizarre, right?
I don't know.
I had a look at a few of them, and they're literally saying, corruption. That's the first one I saw. There's a couple of big headlines. Corruption.
What's the gain there? Like, do they realistically think that Italy were going to beat? Why would they use the Italy game to sort of? I mean, maybe you could argue, but the France game was a straight red. That is what it was. Like, you can't argue that.
No,
Ludiaga tried to decapitate Tommy Ramos. That's straight up red. This one, yeah. It was a bad decision, but it's not the first bad decision, and it won't be the last in international rugby, unfortunately. That's not the game you want to conspire against South Africa. I reckon South Africa might be able to beat Italy with 13 men.
That's back-to-back Tier 1 nations, 40, and France, of course, that was huge, 14 men. But Italy, again, fired up, playing well, they control big parts of the game. Yeah.
Grobler as well at hooker. Ombanimi comes out, and then you've got this guy. It's just relentless. The conveyor belt of talent. It's so fun to watch. Van Denberg at 9. He looked all right, didn't he? Another 9. Yeah, they're not doing too bad with Grant Williams.
Yeah.
Guys are walking highlight reels. Grant Williams, Cobus Reinach.
Yeah.
I don't need him. Found this other geezer. Then he's in. It's so crazy. It's an awesome time to be a Springbok fan. Fair play.
Max, let's jump on to finally Ireland versus Australia. Return of the Mack.
Mate, how weird was that? The first try to the second try, I was like, we're in the Matrix right now. That just glitched. I was watching it. I was like, hold up. Has this gone backwards? The only difference was Bundy did... No, Henshaw did the pass other than McCloskey, yeah. But yeah, mate.
Deja vu.
He's just a fun looking... He's just such a gifted footballer. He's just right place, right time. Great skills. It was a really, really strong performance from the Irish. I thought Australia might have like that one performance in them to upset one of the home big boys, but wasn't to be. And the woes keep stacking up for Australia.
One for you before we go. What have the following got in common? You could probably guess: Ben Gunter, Monty Ioane, Lewis Liner, and Mack Hansen.
What is it like geographical?
Yeah, they are all Aussie qualified, and they've all scored against Australia in the last month.
Oh, it's tough. The game domestically just doesn't have the kind of the carrot to keep some of these Aussie qualified boys.
But they have the talent. That's the point, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's the land of the footy, mate. That's Australia, the land of the footy, the oval shaped ball, like rugby league, Payne Haas. You got AFL, you got Union, still there, still sort of even relevant amongst all of that ridiculous talent, and all of the same sort of athletes are being sort of pulled and torn and twisted by the three games in conflict with each other, and the other two, AFL in Victoria, super popular, and then the NRL is just. It's a smoke show right now. Have you seen? I don't even watch it that often anymore, but it's everywhere on the algo. Like it's huge.
Yeah.
It is huge.
They've done so well on the social media stuff. Genuinely,
exactly. They're becoming like little superstars, like world renowned athletes. So
they're doing like NFL start. Like how American has done it, and they're being very clever about it because it's hard. But they're playing on the hardness, which it's like rugby unions trying to catch up, right?
Sort of like
you need to make it hard. You need to make it. Yeah, NRL. There you go. Watch it. Skill and raw violence, basically.
And raw violence. 10-meter run-ups. The offside line's 10 meters back. Have a go. Run it straight, son. In a very sort of artistic way. It's been that way for a while now, though. Like so many great Australian players, even guys with past sort of international experience, are dotted around the world in different leagues and playing very, very, very good rugby. So, yeah. If Australia could sort of pull their resources and maybe, I think they just got to adopt a model where they just select outright.
All right, Max, we're gonna wrap things up. We haven't forgotten France versus Fiji, but it feels almost like we're cheating on Ryan if we're talking about Fiji when he's not there. But of course, they did manage France blowing a 21-0 lead, somehow wrestling back momentum to win 34-21. But Fiji, a proper test side now, Max, right? Not just chaos and offload. Coming back 21-all, right? It speaks of structure, of fitness on top of the traditional Fijian threat.
Yeah, consistent sort of professional infrastructure. And I think having halfback like Caleb Muntz at the helm consistently in that team directs all that flair, all that razzle, all that brilliant athleticism around the park in a very sort of contemporary sort of rugby union kind of way. Whereas in the past, it's sort of always been more flair, all the flair, rather than the sort of the glue of the fundamentals of like percentage rugby, of putting a team and controlling a pack and putting it around the park in economical ways. And I think that's where Fiji are coming good. And obviously, with the Drua playing consistent club rugby, with the boys all around the world and all those leagues playing consistent professional rugby, it's been brilliant for them. And they're going from power to power, and that's awesome, mate. Did you see French Jason Statham running to the post? I was gutted.
I'm not laughing, but it was.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. But like watching, and also like Callas just giggling his way under the sticks as usual, being defensive fun as he always does. But yeah, Maxime connected with that.
Yeah,
that was unfortunate.
And he looked surprised. He looked genuinely surprised.
It came out. It did kind of come out of nowhere. You're like tracking the runner, and you're like just trying to get back. Suddenly post.
Right, Max, huge thanks for staying on. Thank you to Ryan and to Barcs. Hopefully they survive the night. I'm talking more for Barcs on this in this particular instance. A huge thank you to you all for watching and listening. Do subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, head over to Spotify or where you get your podcasts. Listen in, subscribe there. Leave us your comments. Let us know how you feel about our fabulous guests. And a huge thanks as well to Evan Roos, who we obviously caught up with earlier on when we were all together. So, but a huge thanks to you all, and we'll see you all next week.
More or nothing.
I'm so nervous. Oh my God, it is. Yeah, we're recording. Do you know it's John's first time on it? Is it actually your first time on it?
Yeah.
What a way to do it. What a way to do it.